hello, what's up this afternoon, everyone? Welcome. Fine Tuesday to you all. Good to see ya. What is up, Leon Stew, KO MTG, Bosman, and their dog. How you doing today, puppy? Devin the Dude, okay, Karail. Also, Star Cookie. Thomas, good to see ya. Kingozina, Dragon's Approach. We might do some Dragon's Approaching. We're not starting with Dragon's Approach, but there is a Dragon's Approach on the backup list. Hand, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. First time sub, big super cheer for you. Max Mulder, BK, good to see you. Tubaloo. How is Oh, you should definitely send me a picture of the puppy. Ah, man, I really want to get a dog. I can't have one at the place I'm living now. So as soon as I move, dog is at the top of my list. So there is some Dragon's Approach. This is a historic treasure dragon deck that I wanted to try. That's deck number one. Here's the overview for today. Good day, Tonler. How are you? Good to see you, Yerman. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Any idea what type of dog you would get? I need a big lazy dog. That is my goal. Big and lazy, not super high energy. I want just like a big chill dog that's gonna just kind of hang out and yeah. I wanted to get. I saw this one that looks like a lion. Oh, I'm trying to remember it's a kind of mastiff. I think it's a Chinese breed of mastiff. It looks like a lion, but then I found out that they're actually like impossible to get and cost ridiculous amounts of money. But yeah, I want a big lazy dog. Tibetan. It might be a Tibetan mastiff. Let me look it up. Tibetan Mastiff, is that the one? Oh yeah, that's definitely the one. Look at this thing. Look at this dog. Oh man, it looks ferocious there. I don't want, but look at it there. Like it's just huge and fluffy. That would be the perfect dog for me. We would kind of look like each other. That would be the perfect dog for me to just go, take for a walk or whatever. Like look at it. It looks like a big fluffy lion. I don't like these pictures that make it look like it's going to probably kill me, but like that picture, that's what I want my dog to do. Just sit around, look cool, be big and hairy, be nice and chill. So yeah, but they're really, I don't think I can actually get a Tibetan Mastiff, but I would love to if I could. Doesn't it look like my kind of dog? That's exactly the kind of dog that I want. So those are my requirements. I know, like, so some of my family members, what do we have in the family dog-wise right now? My brother has a couple of Rottweilers that are actually super nice. But yeah, so Rottweiler, it's got to be something that someone that I'm close to doesn't already have. So Rottweilers are off the list. There's like golden retrievers and labs and stuff. Those are fine. Those are very nice dogs, but it's got to be something a little more unique. But we'll figure it out. Anyway, what is our plan for today? We are starting with Historic Dragons. That's deck number one. On our backup list, we have this Golgari Magecraft list for Historic, which looks kind of neat. I really like Sedgemoor Witch, and this is just like a weird Spellslinger deck. It's got Dragon's Guard Elite, it's got Sedgemoor Witch. We're trying to like cast spells and drain the opponent out of the game, so we might try some Golgari Spellslinger. And then I issued a challenge with this week's Memer Dream. Power Dad, handing out a gift sub to King Carl the Harold the, oh my god, 10, 5, 8, the 18th? King Harold the 18th, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. This is one of the decks from the challenge from Memer Dream, where I said, give me your best decks with Dragon's Approach and Magda. And this one caught my eye because it actually looks like it could be kind of good. It seems like a really good Magda deck. There's only 10 Dragon's Approaches, but it's a really good Magda deck because we have a ton of ways to make treasures, so we can use Magda to get dragons and make more treasures, plus we get like Shimmer Dragon is really cute with treasures. I forgot that Shimmer Dragon was in Standard, but like Shimmer Dragon comes down and taps our treasures to draw cards, so maybe we do a little bit of dragoning in Standard as well, but we're starting with Treasure Dragons in Historic. Also, Did you see the news of the day? Little tiny arena complaint session before we do our reminders, and then we talk more about dogs. I need your advice, chat, on what dog to get. So you can help me with that as we go along. But did you see the news about arena? So the news on arena for today is And this kind of like blows my mind. So they have a tournament coming up, a league weekend with the MPL and all that stuff. So it's coming up in 2 weekends, I believe. Not this weekend, but the following weekend. I didn't even know there was a bug on Arena. Apparently, there's a bug on Arena where these flip cards, even if you flip them to the backside, they are still adding devotion. So, like, you have Legion's Landing, you flip it around into a land, it's still going to count as 1 white devotion, even though it shouldn't count as a white devotion. Same with Search for Azcanta or Argu's Bloodfast. So Wizards, the tournament's 10 days away. 10 days away. They decided that instead of fixing the problem, they're just going to ban the cards from the tournament. So they're still legal to play on the ladder. You just cannot play them at the league weekend event that's coming up. On one hand, I don't think anyone's building like, I don't know, Hadana's Climb Devotion, Path to Metal Devotion. So it's probably not a bug that's actually impactful, but it kind of blows my mind that Wizards wouldn't just fix the bug. Why won't they just fix it? Like they take it. No. The lands are not banned. The lands are not banned. I don't believe the lands are banned. It's only these flip cards. This was just a mana base that someone put in there as a joke. But what blows my mind is they just, suspended ban for the tournament. Like, you cannot play them in the tournament. But it blows my mind that they just had their quarterly reports like a couple days ago, and their CEO went out and is like, profits up 15%. We made more money off of Keldheim than any winner set ever. We're just absolutely Scrooge McDucking our way through a swimming pool of money, and you can't fix a bug? You can't fix a bug? You ban the cards from a tournament rather than fixing the bug? So that's the part that gets me. I could see if Magic was struggling, if money was tight, like we're in a pandemic, all that stuff. Like, if all that was going on, sure, I get it. Like, times are tough on everyone. I could be a little bit forgiving. But when you walk out and you're like, wow, we're making more money than we ever had in the history of the game, and it is so amazing. And then you're like, by the way, we're just going to ban all these cards instead of fixing them. Sorry, everyone. It's like, Wizards, come on now. Come on now, Hasbro. As a dev, getting a bug fixed within 10 days of a tournament is a major risk. Why is it a major risk? That something still goes wrong? And I mean, the funny thing is, it's a bug that no one's going to build around. Like, I don't even know if you could build around that bug, but if you run the risk of breaking other things, yeah, I guess that would be worse if you broke more cards along the way. Anyway, so that's my little mini complaint session. The complaint is actually not so much, there's bugs. There's always going to be bugs. It's like, come on, just like fund Arena more. Like, peel off a little bit of that money that you're raking in, put it back into the game, fix some of this stuff so we don't have to deal with it. So that's kind of my issue, is we know there's record-breaking profits, and I would like to think that the games would be just like going insane, and Arena would be the shiniest, most functional client of all time because you got so much money. But yeah. Anyway, we're playing Magic, not complaining about Magic today. So reminders, replay YouTube. That's where you can find all the old streams, including this one in the future. Oh, Goblin Game, I can't believe that actually worked. Goblin Game Win is one of my favorites because I played the deck just because I wanted to see what happened. I had never cast a Goblin Game before, and it actually won me the game. There is another Dragon's Approach list on our backup list. One of the viewer submitted lists from the challenge, so we might get to that in a minute. Normal YouTube, we played a sweet Mono Black Tokens list for Budget Magic yesterday. We had a short 1-minute deck tech featuring Modern Tron, which was pretty fun. Some crib action today. Tomorrow we are codying for Against the Odds. So there's a ton of sweet stuff coming up on the YouTube. So keep an eye out for all that. A reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom, or this afternoon rather. And if you need some Magic cards, you know where you can get them. CardKingdom.com. I even got some in my cart right now. I don't even know what they are. I guess I could see. What do I have in my cart? Burgie. Oh, these were all right, this was a mixture of Burgie, because I think Burgie is one of those commander cards that I think is going to get more expensive. This is one of the top commander cards from Keldheim, and it's pretty cheap right now. So I was thinking about getting a few copies of Burgie just to have sitting around. And then this was pieces of a commander deck that I haven't ordered yet that are not expensive, but yeah, we're doing no banned commander coming up next week. So this is some of the banned cards, but you can get them at CardKingdom.com. Even get a free MTG Goldfish sticker. I think it's the Scoops Beard sticker, but just let them know that you want one, and they will hook you up. Otherwise, merch page, help clean out Richard's garage, donations, always appreciated, never required. $2 more gets your message read on stream. I'm actually pretty excited about trying No Ban Commander. I think it's going to be interesting. I think that it's going to be pretty busted. Like, I think my expectation is to come away from the episode feeling like, okay, some of these cards probably should be bad. Like, Upheaval's a big one. Upheaval's a big one where it's like, that's gotta be busted. Like, it's just gotta be busted. Seeing the Tron video made me do a double take. Did you think it was funny? What did you think of the Tron 1 minute deck tech? So I want to keep doing 1 minute deck techs on occasion. The challenge is, with them being 1 minute, you can't go super in depth in as far as the information. So the goal is to have them be entertaining, but also have them be funny. So my goal of that deck tech was to have the deck tech actually explain what Tron does. And I think if you had never seen Tron before, you could watch that in 1 minute and you'd have a general idea. You're not going to know every single interaction, but you're going to know, what does Tron do? They try to get their Tron lands with land tutors, they try to cast Karn, they try to cast other big things and kill you really quickly because they got so much mana. I think that came across. I also got to make some Tron jokes, which how can you go wrong making Tron jokes? But anyway, I think shorts should just be memes about each deck. That I think that would be actually kind of funny. I might do more like that are a little bit like trolly memey. I really want to figure out how to put gameplay highlights in there, but it is really difficult because of the vertical format. But no, so for the no ban list commander, there are a couple of rules. One is Power 9 is still bad, so you can't play the Moxen. We figured that if we did Power 9, it would just be whoever drew the most Moxen, essentially, would just like get super far ahead, and that would be the game. So Power 9 is still banned, even with our no ban list week. Number 2 is no Charizard. That was rule number 2. Not because we don't want to play with Shahrazad, but because who knows? There might be something with Shahrazad in the future that we've been kind of thinking about and talking about. So we're saving Shahrazad to maybe give it its due in its own special way in the future. So. Are you guys using only real cards? There will be proxies involved. Oh, also, I don't know if you noticed this. One more thing, and then we'll talk about the deck and play. This is actually a new addition to Goldfish I haven't talked about yet. I think it's actually a really cool addition. There is now a proxy support on the site. So if you go to a deck, this is just a random Rakdos Witch deck. If you go to this deck, you can see down at the bottom, there's print proxies. If you click on this, this will actually let you print proxies of the cards. You can get rid of whatever ones you don't want. You can just cross them off. So these are obviously not going to be pretty proxies. These are proxies just to use for playing, but the idea was that they'd have big print, so you could actually see them like on camera for Commander Clash, and you could just print out the entire deck if you want to with a click of a button, stick them in sleeves over a basic land. You're good to go. It's got the text. It's got the card name in big print so people can actually see what it does. So keep that in mind. But yeah, that's what we're doing for the no ban list episode. Is the real cards that we have we're going to use, but for stuff that we don't have, we're just going to print out proxies and yeah, so use the new print proxy tool. But anyway, deck number 1 today, I'm excited for. We're playing some Izzet Treasure Dragons. So I will say, one of my pet peeves, T-Bone, is when it comes to proxies, I'm a big supporter of proxies. I am a very big unsupporter of counterfeit cards. So I would encourage you, if you want to get like cool whatever alt art something someone made, go for it, print them off, do them with a Sharpie, but I would definitely discourage people from buying counterfeit cards. So just keep that in mind. That's my take on the issue. I think that counterfeits are really bad for the game, although proxies are very good for the game. Del Roaz for the 55th month. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what is the plan of this deck? This is Treasure Dragons. We now have two really powerful dragons that care about treasures. We have Goldspan Dragon, doubles up our treasure mana, makes treasures when its attacks are targeted. We have Galazeth Prismari, makes a treasure, lets us tap our treasures for mana to cast its inner sorceries. We also have Captain Lannery Storm, honorary dragon, makes treasures, gets big as we sack treasures. Prismari command makes treasures. And so the plan of this deck is we play dragons, we get some treasure value, and then we have the big is-it spells that make treasures. Creative Outburst, 5 damage, grab a card, Magma Outburst, 8 mana, but does a ton of stuff. We have 1 Torrential Hulk to flash them back. We can discard them for treasures. So idea is we can beat down with dragons. We can also just go to town with our treasure mana to cast these massive spells, even maybe burn our opponent out of the game with Expansion Explosion, and that's basically the plan of the deck. It's like, is it, I wouldn't even call it control, we're not like a Drago counterspell deck, we're like, is it mid-range, I guess, with a ton of sweet treasure synergies built in. Dr. Preziker, welcome to the Fishbowl, thank you so much for your subscription, big super cheer for you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, so just to show you one more time, if you go to any deck on Goldfish, your decks or the metagame page decks, but if you go to any specific deck list, you'll see at the bottom here, under all these options, bottom one, print proxies, click it, it'll let you edit what cards you don't want, click submit, print them out on your printer, good to go, no money required, free and easy. So sideboard, we got some counters, we got some removal, this and that. Heated debate, what is... Can't be countered 4 damage to a creature or planeswalker. All right. Well, let's cast some spells and do some dragoning and see what happens. Oh, I'm sorry, Dr. Pezerker, like Berserker, but with a Pez dispenser version. What is that website? Oh, I'm sorry, that is mtggoldfish.com. mtggoldfish.com for all your magic needs. Alright, so chat, now for the serious conversation. There's no Magna in this one. The standard deck that we have as one of our backups is a Magna deck. So chat, what kind of dog am I getting? Yeah, Twitch is weird with notifications sometimes, Great Ghoul. Newfoundland. What does Newfoundland look like? Newfoundland dog. Ooh, okay. I could see that. That's kind of, wow, look at that one. That is a huge one. All right, I could see a Newfoundland. Those ones look pretty. Is that also Newfoundland? They don't even look like the same breed. Wow, look at that dog. Oh my god. Whew. Is that a real living dog? Wow, that thing is massive. Yeah, I want a big lazy dog. Big and lazy is the main thing I'm going for. I want big. It has to be not super. Oh my god, is this more Phoenix? Is Phoenix the only deck that people play at the very low ranks apparently on Arena at the moment? Well, we have Galazeth, which is sweet, and we have ways to block flyers, I guess. A Portuguese Podango? Bull Mastiff. I'm gonna have to look some of these up. Well, play a land. Galazeth. This seems like an ambitious Ramadan Pruins. I don't know about this Ramadan Pruins. Acidic Arresto. Welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Patterdale Terrier. Let me see. So Patterdale Terrier. What is a Patterdale? Oh, I should say also, I forgot to add this qualification. So I kind of like dogs that have longer hair. So I would prefer a mid to long hair dog breed to match the beard. You got to keep the beard in mind. So it's got to be basically think of me. Look at me. Look at me, big, lazy, hairy. I'm not really lazy, but but look at me. Find a dog that looks like me. There we go. We'll be good. That is the goal. Well, go to combat. Actually, let's play Ramadan Bruins. Go to combat. Attack. Bearded collie. Is that a thing? Are there actually bearded collies? Block that, opponent. You know you wanna. Opponent blocks. We will lightning strike. Out of here, Enigma Drake. Opponent's gonna opt. That is fine. Shillian Shepherd. Monk Dog. See, I don't know. Apparently, I don't know dog breeds enough because I cannot picture any of these dogs. Oh, Sarkin A. All right. Well, cycle. Oh, more lands. Goldspan Dragon. Does this deal damage to non-dragon creatures? Whenever a creature attacks, each dragon deals damage. Was not expecting Sarkin. Hey, what's up, Goddard Hazard? How are you? Byrne's Mountain Dog. That's what I'd actually considered before. My stepdad is breeding Italian Mastiffs for a while. Ooh. Yeah, Slobber, I would prefer not as Slobber. Let me see, Stocky. Oh, we got to do something, don't we? All right, play the land on blue. Goldspan Dragon. Both at Sarkin. Get a treasure. Get pinged a bit. About it. Blocks. Well. Kill the dragon. Kill the Sarkin. Ooh! Come on, expansion explosion. That would be sweet. Oh, I think your deck might be set on private, Stocky. Oh no! Sarkins for days. Why are we so bad at winning at the absolute 1, 2, 3, 4, 5? That's interesting. Well, kill you. Alright, we're actually casting a Creative Outburst. We are taking a Magma Opus. We are killing Sarkin. Why are we so bad at winning at the lowest level since we got the season reset? We've been getting crushed at silver. Malabrimzo, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Patterdale Terrier. All right, Enigma Jake joins the party. Patterdale Terrier. Oh, Patterdale Terriers. I don't know if it's big enough for what I want, but that is a nice looking dog. Opponent passes. We draw land. Well, land, blue. Combat, attack you. Get a treasure. Opponent is 16. Pass the turn. Caucasian Shepherd. Not familiar with that one either. Ooh, we have a new donation from... Opponent's deck does not seem very good at growing Enigma Drakes, I will say. From Bizina, $3 donation. I used to have a Great Pyrenees / Lab Mix, and a Great Pyrenees are fantastic cold weather cuddle dog. Cold weather cuddle dog is... Ooh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Cold weather cuddle dog is basically what I need, I think. I do live in upstate New York, which is... pretty cold and snowy a lot of the year. Wait, what's not working? Oh, let me see. Oh, opponent has a counter. Boo and hiss. Well, we got another Magma Opus. Untap, more lands, combat, dragon you. Get a treasure. Stop at your upkeep. Magma Opus. 4 to you. Tap, tap. If you have another negate opponent, I'm going to be very salty about it. All right, give us those. What do you think about Maze Mind's tone in this deck? Greater Goal, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for our new subscriber. I also need a good dog name. Good dog name. Hopefully magic related. Isamaru. Isamaru, that is a good deep cut for a dog name. Ajati. Circudius Root. Misty Rainforest so it can fetch. That is actually perfect. I don't know about Blood Moon. That sounds a little clunky. Mawu's pretty good. Grazer. I don't know if I want my dog to remind me of Avriel Grazer though. That's a problem. Karn. He only comes on turn 3. Demonic Tutor. Tron the dog. Alright, we better sideboard. I don't even know what our opponent's doing. They're just like playing stuff. It's just stuff. I don't even know. I mean, Heated Debate, I guess, seems fine. Our opponent, I guess, kind of seems like they're trying to play a deck similar to our deck, except they have a lot of random cards that I don't understand. I think we're technically cheating. Search for his Kanta. Technically banned. Jim Davis likes Tron, though. He's one of those dirty Tron lovers. Huh. I still not sure what our opponent's deck is about. I guess we might as well bring in counters to fight their counters. Like, Lava Strike and Scorching Dragonfire don't seem like they kill anything. Heated Debate does. Sweltering Sun's probably not. Boy, Mizzix's Mastery could do sweet things. Mizzix's Mastery could be spectacular. Could you imagine how much value we could get out of Mastery? Ooh, Hans, that is a good one. I do like that. Maybe I get 2 and I can get Hans and Safi. That might be the actual ideal solution to this. Get a Hans, get a Safi. Crim the dog. Moxie. Moxie's actually pretty good. Have you sold an NFT of your beard yet? Oh, no. You sideboarded out a lot of our cheap removal. I have not sold an NFT of my beard yet. I guess I would. How much do you think a beard NFT would go for? I started playing Magic Arena. I thought MTG Goldfish was a site. MTG Goldfish is a site. It's also a Twitch channel and also a YouTube channel. So there's a lot. We do a lot of different things. Land is a good draw there. We're getting there, hopefully. Opponent Ops. Ugh. Yeah, we sideboarded out our Sprite Dragon removal. We might be getting wrecked. Ops again. Oh, that's so risky. So risky. Is this just a really weird Phoenix deck? This feels like a Phoenix deck where someone didn't have access to Phoenix. We're all Goldfish. You know what, we're gonna go for it. 2 damage. Loot. Oh my god, it worked. I was not expecting it to work. We will discard a Lannery Storm. We will discard a Goldspan. Wow. I was expecting a shock or something. Tasker would be a good one. Ooh, let me see. Mela Brimsmo. Well, land and Galazeth Prismari. Yeah, I was not expecting that to work. Mono White Devotion, eh? Alright, so opponent has a bunch of unique counters. Land. Shows us Sarkin. No Sarkin. Now, let's just wait a turn. Leave up all of our interaction. Chemister's Insight. What is going on over there? Mono White Devotion looks interesting. Sure. We will kill it. Untap. Goldspan Dragon. Wow! Okay, so opponent has every imaginable counter. We're learning. Our opponent is all about the counter life over there. Another Enigma Drake. I'll play the land. Goldspan Dragon. Sweet mother. Sweet mother. Well, we will unsubstantiate the Essence Scatter. Go attacking. Ether Gust. Wow. Alright, so opponent has all the counters. We know what our opponent's doing. They're actually just trying to counter every single spell. We figured it out. Lurus and Detention Sphere in the late game. Or Detention Vortex. Ooh, getting that back every turn is pretty neat. Well, go okay, I can get a treasure. Opponent is definitely annoying us quite a bit. I kind of feel like this deck could use some treasure maps. Like many of them. Oh my god. Not like this, deck. Not like this. A cat name Lures would be a good. That would be a good cat name. Opponent Sprite Dragon. Yeah, we're gonna lose this for sure. Down to 12. Galzeth Prismari. Meh. I have 40 counters. We figured it out. Opponent, you got even another counter? Alright. Interesting. So opponent's deck is just every counter. No removal. No removal whatsoever, just every counter spell. Well, we know what they're doing now, which is good. They're just every counter spell in Drakes. And that is it. The good news is that means if we stick something, we should be able to ride it to victory, hopefully. Unsubstantiate seems kind of bad. Why is our opponent playing a bunch of Sarkids? I don't understand. I don't understand. Alright, we're on the play. Yeah, our opponent does have more counters than us, which I guess is probably a bad thing. Alright, we'll keep it. See what happens. Oh, opponent didn't have enough. Oh, not enough counters in that one. We still going? Keep it going. Maybe our opponent's only playing like 10 lands. 10 lands, 40 counters. It amazes me how Seth plays. Wait, how do I play? Is that a compliment or a diss? I'm not 100% sure. Opponent, tap land. Well, we will make a treasure. Land. Lannery Storm. Hit ya. Treasure. Alright. The captain is here. Opponent. I don't feel like Tested Talents is that great. I mean, I guess it's okay. Well, land on blue. Combat. Hit ya. Lannery Storm. Oh, this Lannery Storm is going to go all the way. And we got the Mastery. If we could find a Magma Opus. Brazen Borrower. I say no. I say no to that. About it. Land. Sprite Dragon. Sure. Wow, getting frisky. We untap. Oh, the Magma Opus too. Go to combat. Hit ya. Make a treasure. We just need to get our opponent to tap down. And we can overload Mizzix Mastery and live the dream. Oh, it'd be so good. Another Sprite Dragon. Oh, it'd be so spectacular. Shocks themselves. Well, untap. Go to combat. Swing. Treasure. Opponent blocks and blocks. Alright. Captain's not going all the way, but Captain did some serious work here. We gotta find the right time. Another Sprite Dragon. Opponent does like their Sprite Dragons. Hey, what's up, Logshots? How are you? Opponent, combat. Attacks. Well, bounce the dragon. Oh, opponent is refusing to tap down. Alright. Ah, they have so many counters. The counters are making me very sad. Sprite Dragon returns again. Opponent hits us. Well, we will make a treasure. Untap. Oh! Oh. Opponent has 2 cards in hand. Yeah, we are trying to play patiently. One, two, three, four, five, 6. Alright, play the land, pass the turn. This is fine. Our opponent has to have multiple counters in hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Opponent gets in, hits us. We'll take it. 2 counters. 2 counters we gotta play around. Play the land. Pass the turn. Stop on our opponent's upkeep. Torrential Gear Hulk. What do you say? What do you say? Essence Scatter. Down to 1 counter in hand. Okay. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. We're setting up this overload, and it's going to be amazing. Opponent hits us. Okay, it's happening. It's actually happening. First ever overloaded Mizzix Mastery. Could Rag to Riches or Vault Storm work in this deck? Vault Storm could potentially work. Well, play the land. What about Rag to Riches? What is Rags to Riches? Is that the one that steals creatures? Rags to Riches, everything -2/-2. Each opponent chooses a creature, you gain control. Rags to Riches doesn't seem interesting to me. That doesn't seem very good. Yeah, this is going to be sweet. Yes. Overload. Mizzix Mastery. Overloaded. Oh, poor opponent, poor opponent. Counter it. Oh, it's happening. It's happening. It's happening. Creative Outburst at your face. Magma Opus at your face. Unsubstantiate at your dragon. We will not negate our own spells. Ho! Ho! Revel in Riches could be fun. I don't think it would be very good, but it could be like a fun against the odds strategy. Yeah, take Goldie. All right, opponent, your go. An opponent good games us and scoops it up. Hey, what's up, AGK Neek Kneebone? Wow, overloading. We gotta get out of silver. Overloading Mrs. Mastery is sweet. Wow, that was spectacular. Oh, that was so good. I want to put Marionette Master so badly in this deck. Yeah, going into Grixis would be pretty spicy. Could you have Expansion Explosion, one of the burn spells? Expansion Explosion only lets you copy things that are CMC or mana value. Mana value, 4 or less. I wonder... So there's like Brass's Bounty. There's Brass's Bounty. There's Spell Swindle, the treasure counter. If we have Galazeth out so we can tap our treasures, those cards would be insane. Because we can, like, tap our treasures to pay for things that make even more treasures. That actually, it would probably make the deck more inconsistent, but boy, it would be sweet. You could bring back dragons with tribal recursion spell from Kaldheim. Seems easy enough to do with treasure. Yeah, going to Grixis could be interesting. Luris. Rogues. Can't get away from rogues no matter where we go. I will recommend to Krim Grixis Treasure Control. I don't think we've ever played a Bladewing deck. A Free Flame Painter is really sweet when it goes off. I was messing around with it in Standard a little bit. Because Cody is coming up for against odds, and it seemed like it could work in a Cody deck. It is not super consistent by any means, but when it works, whew, you can do things. Yeah, all right. I mean, we can make treasures. We can unsubstantiate. Corporal Buckles, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. We have a new donation from McCary, $20 donation. Thank you so much. Hey Seth, I hope you don't mind if I break up my donation. I feel like I haven't asked you anything in a while. Firstly, I assume you saw this Singleton Memer Dream candidate, but I'm not sure if you considered it. Oh, it is rogues. Puke. Puke, puke, puke. Thank you so much for the donation, by the way. And M. Miranda's, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Well, it's a little disappointing that someone realized you could play rogues outside of Standard. Oh, let's see. Wow, that is Singleton, isn't it? Oh, that's a... I don't know if I saw this one. That does seem like a Meme or Dream candidate. That is close to a Brawl deck as you can get in Standard. That actually could be a fun Meme or Dream option. Well, play the land. Pass the turn. Maboonant. Luris. Culmination of Studies. The deck does not currently have Culmination of Studies. Opponent goes combat attacks. It says, maybe it should though. The deck did not have Lutri. I don't think it had any companion. I have heard May 17th. That is, but then I also heard someone say that the middle of next week they had heard there might be some spoilers, which my guess is the 17th is when spoiler season officially starts. But there's almost always some random early spoilers these days, so I would guess that is the plan. Official start the end of May, or official start the 17th, but maybe some early spoilers. How are you, CM? Will Counterspell get into Modern? I expect so. I actually don't think that the Counterspell would be that good. I may be fine, but it's not a card I'm scared of in Modern. As someone who pilots Historics Roads, I have to say all the Phoenix decks are a terrible matchup. Yeah, well, unfortunately we are not a Phoenix deck. And I don't think we're especially built with the possibility of getting ruined by rogues in mind. So this might just be a pretty bad matchup for our deck. Opponent passes. We'll make a treasure. We have another new donation. Makiri, donation number 2. Thank you so much. Well, play Search for his Kanta. I guess that's kind of rogue's tech, sorta. Play a land on red. Pass the turn. Lose to rogues. Makiri, $25 donation. Secondly, I wanted to mention, in response to the podcast, the second most famous Magic player is probably PewDiePie. I know people have really divided opinions on him, but he didn't bring guys to Magic, so I see it as a good thing. That is probably true. As far as popularity rankings, PewDiePie probably would be the second most famous. Oh, God almighty. Opponent mills us, and mills us, and mills us. Rogues. Hits us, mills us. We could use a sweeper. That would be spectacular. Well, we don't need that. We will transform. We don't need that. 1, 2. I mean, we gotta hit a sweeper. The dragon's not gonna win. We do get to dig for it with the help of his Kanta. Oh, come on, banned card. Please, suspended card. Please save us. No, I think PewDiePie, that's actually a good question for the chat that I'm curious. Hey, thank you for the... Come on now, Magic Gods. Come on now, Magic Gods. Rogues and his Kanta whiff? Look at this deck. Look at that. How many non-hits do we have in this deck? 11? 12. So we have 12 things we can't hit, and... yeah, the odds of whiffing on that are very tiny. Thank you for the cheer. Hey, Seth, did you and Richard ever apologize for Krim for laughing at him during Zendikar spoiler season when he was hyped for Rogues? The real question is, did Krim ever apologize to us for being hyped about Knights with Throne of Eldraine? PewDiePie is bigger than Post Malone? I don't know if that's true. You really think so? I mean, I guess, does PewDiePie count as a Magic player, I guess, as well? Like, I know I guess he did play on his stream or YouTube or something a couple years ago, so I guess that would count as much as Post Malone would count. I do think Post Malone is probably more famous. I mean, Post Malone is really famous. Like, I think Post Malone is like one of the top few most listened to Spotify artists. What do we do here? Yeah, I mean, I guess getting to Mythic is a sign that you played a decent amount. I don't think Mythic... I've never really viewed getting to Mythic as a sign of your play skill. I don't think it actually... I don't actually think it takes much skill to get to Mythic, but it does show that you played a lot of Magic. Let's try something like that. Yeah. You do have to play a lot to get there for sure, so... I mean, if you're getting to Mythic, you're definitely playing a lot of Magic and would count as a Magic player. For sure, there's no way you don't count as a Magic player. Yeah. No, I would definitely agree with that. I want, we can check. There is a way. There's a tried and true way to compare things' popularity, which is Google Trends. We can have a scientific answer. PewDiePie, Swedish YouTuber, compared to Post Malone. All right, get in your bets. Get in your bets, chat. Who's gonna win? Who's gonna win? I don't want to do it yet. Get in. We'll do a poll. I'm actually curious. I actually don't know. I would guess Post Malone. Who is more popular? PewDiePie, Post Malone. All right, get in your votes, and we will check after this game. I mean, I know they're both very popular. I don't know. I guess it's hard for me to think of someone who is a YouTuber as being rivaling like real world celebrities in terms of popularity, but maybe like PewDiePie is like the biggest or one of the handful of biggest YouTubers or most known YouTubers. So if anyone from YouTube was going to actually rival a IRL celebrity, yeah, I guess that's true. Well, Playland passed the turn. %35% of Japan kids want to be a YouTuber as their career. I wonder how much of that it seems attainable. Like, if I had the choice, like let's say both options were equally possible, and the question was, would you rather be a YouTuber or be a musician? I think I would snap off musician, like personally, but I also really like music. But YouTube feels a lot more attainable, I think. If you asked me when I was a kid, oh, would you like to be a rock star? Of course I would like to, but even as a kid, I kind of knew, like, the odds of that happening are really, really, really small. At the same time, the odds of, like, quote-unquote making it on YouTube, enough to, like, make a living off of it, seems more practical. PewDiePie's net worth is like 3 times Post Malone's. Well, YouTube views can be pretty profitable if you get enough of them. Oh my god. Rogues. What would you think, chat, if we completely... Hey, what's up, UD? How are you? What would you think if we just gave up for a couple of months all formats newer than modern for streams and content? How much would you hate/love that? What if we from like now through, you know, a few weeks after the release of Modern Horizons 2, what if we just did Modern and Legacy and Pauper in Vintage and Pioneer? I feel like people are going to be pretty focused on the older formats with Modern Horizons coming out. I actually Legacy fans, I actually recorded a Legacy video this morning. So Legacy is coming. I mean, probably wouldn't drop Historic completely, I guess. I guess saying we wouldn't do it at all is probably too much. I don't think we would do no Standard or no Historic, but focus mostly on those formats. Am I hating Arena that much? Oh no, I'm not hating Arena that much. I enjoy playing Arena. But I think that, especially with Modern Horizons coming out, I think that the most interesting formats over the next 2 months are going to be like Modern and Legacy. Because Modern Horizons doesn't even come to Arena. So it's not even an option on Arena. And Standard is not going to be changing unless there's surprise bannings. Historic, there probably will be some bannings at some point. Historic is still in a relatively interesting place, but I think that Modern and older formats are going to be really, really interesting with Modern Horizons coming out. I'm not excited for Forgotten Realms, if that makes sense. Like, I'm excited for a new standard set that's gonna, hopefully, maybe. Oh my goodness. I feel like I want to just slam a bunch of treasure maps in this deck. I think I might slam a bunch of treasure maps in this deck. Perhaps the thing I dislike most in Magic is being empty-handed. And I feel like this deck has been empty-handed way more than I would like it to be. And treasure maps feels like a natural fit for what this deck is trying to do. We gotta wait till after the game. It's coming, McCary. It's coming. Wait till Rogues beats us, and then we will know who's more popular. Then we can go on to the next match. Oh, if that was a treasure map, our life would be so much happier. Well, pass the turn, do nothing. I mean, maybe we're just flooding. Yeah, I mean, I think this is going to get me to concede here. Are we, like, literally dead? No. Do I want to continue to play the game when our opponent has 9 cards and we have essentially 0? Also no. Alright, well, Rogues, that's what they do. Alright, who is more popular, Post Malone or PewDiePie? Post Malone, PewDiePie. The answer is, oh, wait, let's go back a little further. Let's see. So overall, it seems like a real-world celebrity beats a YouTube celebrity, although there are times when PewDiePie has taken the lead. But overall, over the past 5 years, Post Malone, all right, worldwide, kind of the same thing, but amplified, I guess. I guess it's a little bit closer here. But still, overall, Post Malone. What if we give PewDiePie a leg up and go to YouTube search? Okay, so on YouTube, PewDiePie is more searched for than, which makes sense, than Post Malone. So there's no doubt that PewDiePie is popular, but yeah, not quite as popular as Post Malone. But I think who would be number. So let's say we grant that PewDiePie counts as a Magic player. So if you're ranking the popularity of Magic players, Post Malone, clearly number 1, I think. I don't even know who would compare. Who would be, and then I guess PewDiePie would probably be number 2. Who is next? Who's next on the popularity list? We have a new donation from Dayton Wildfire. How's it going, Doug? Good to see you. For $10 donation, Forgotten Realms has a longer history than Magic the Gathering. Ed Greenwood started the campaign world in 1967 for his homebrew game, and it was first published in 1987. I'm hoping for a Time Mat 5-headed evil dragon card. So it sounds. Thank you for the donation, Doug. 5-headed evil dragon does sound interesting. I would like a 5-headed evil dragon card. Oh my goodness. All right. So we got a break from Phoenix to play Rogues, and then right back to Sprite Dragon Town. I feel like we really just need to rank up out of Silver and stop messing around. Get out of Silver once and for all, because we play this matchup way too much. This must be the only deck that people of this ranking have access to, because good lord, the last 2 days we've just played against this every single match. So who is number 3? Joe Mangaleo. I don't actually know who that is. Kyle Hill. I don't know who that is. Penn Oswald. All right, that's pretty high level. Yeah, we are actually. Oh, Seth Rogen. Is Seth Rogen a Magic player? I mean, if Seth Rogen's a Magic player, then I think that he would probably be number 3. Actually, I wonder if Seth Rogen versus PewDiePie. That's an interesting one. Yeah, I think that Cassius Marsh would be on there. Although, I don't think that Cassius Marsh would... Well, here they come. I don't think that Cassius would really compare to like actors and movie stars worldwide. Football is pretty North American centric, and I think even within the football realm, Cassius was, I mean, he was definitely a good player, but it wasn't like Tom Brady or something, like an all-pro that, you know, your mother or someone, grandmother, has heard of, even if they don't really follow the sport. But as far as Magic players go, I think that that King Cash would definitely be on there. No Phoenixes yet. Well, alright. Kill the Sprite Dragon. Kyle Hill is famous for doing Magic things while not being a Magic celebrity, but he's not that famous. What is Kyle Hill famous for? I don't know what a Magic NFT would be. So we actually talked about that on the podcast. I feel like Hunter Pence versus Cassius Marsh popularity is really interesting. Because I feel like within their realms, Hunter Pence is almost certainly more well known than Cassius Marsh. Like Hunter Pence was pretty well known as a baseball player. Wasn't he like a World Series hero at one point? On the other hand, I think baseball is certainly way less popular than football. So even if Cassius Marsh is less well known within his sport is more popular than Hunter Pence's sport. So I think that's actually kind of a kind of interesting debate. We'll just mill it. Draw a land, play a land. Galazeth Prismari. Makes a treasure. Pass the turn. Now, I'm glad our opponent has not found a Phoenix yet. Opponent shocks our face for some reason. Huh. Crash through. Draws a card. I don't know why they shock there. Silver. Just silver things. Stormwing Entity. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could discard both of these for treasures. Huh. Opponent plays a land. We could discard both for treasures and flip. But we might want to cast them. All right, let's wait. Ooh, all right. We will keep Goldspan Dragon. We will draw Goldspan Dragon. We will go to our main phase. We will play a land. We will play a Goldspan Dragon. We will attack with a Goldspan Dragon. Make a treasure. Hit ya. Pass the turn. Okay, things are coming along. Oh, crash through. Opponent, if you 15 us here, I'm going to be very sad. Proxies is a Magic streamer. Proxies is probably, well, I think definitely right now Proxies is the most popular Magic streamer. Just as far as how many people watch. Do you play any Strix drafts? How do you like this set? I haven't done very many, but the ones I have done have been super fun. So I would like to do more. Another donation. McKiri, $40. Thank you so much. Thirdly, I made a decision with crossover products. I will personally not buy any product that is exclusively driven by other EPs, like I didn't buy Walking Dead, but still bought Ikoria. I probably will do D&D though, because it's Wizards of the Coast plus same style. Yeah, the D&D crossover doesn't bother me at all. Like that one is not. That's not even on my radar of things to. Things to be disappointed about. This is going to be interesting. Hopefully we're okay. If our opponent hits like multiple Phoenixes, maybe shocks Galazeth. Sure. What is our opponent? I've never seen anyone shock Stranger. They must have Phoenixes they're discarding. A Phoenix. Opponent gets a Phoenix, goes to combat. Attacks. Ooh. 4, 5, 6, 7. Can we cast both of these? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Not even close. Oh. I'm not super happy about this, but I think we gotta do it. We drop to 8. Untap. Keep Prismari command. That's kind of cute that we get to ping our Goldspan. Kill Stormwing. Ping Goldspan. Get back a treasure. Attack. Make a treasure. Ooh, hopefully there's not too many Phoenixes. Come on, hold that cold. Sprite Dragon, yeah, sure. Ops. Well, we will Prismari command. 2 damage. Loot. Discard. And discard. Kill it. Oh, I think we might be getting there. Maybe. I like that I can play set stream in my LGS, can never play Croakies. Yeah, Croakies, I mean, I think Croakies is an entertaining streamer, but he's not especially family friendly, I don't think. I mean, he's not some like monster or anything, but adult themed. I wonder. So I don't really know Croaky's story. Did Croakies play Magic before Arena at all, or is he someone who started playing Magic because of Arena? Well, I guess this is as good as it gets. Oh! Creative Outburst for lethal. He played Gwent? I have never played Gwent. Vince is definitely not family friendly either for the most part. Just ask my mom. Hey, what's up, Gooder Snipe? Every time I go on Vince's channel, I'm gonna get that phone call the next morning about the company I keep, and you better not be saying those curse words. We have another new donation from McGarry. Thank you so much, McGarry, for all the donations. $15 more. Finally, I do hope Pioneer gets revitalized, as it's been my favorite format before Theros Beyond Death and after the banning, so it'd be cool if you played some. I really support the initiative. I'd love to see more Pioneer, Legacy, and Pauper, of course, plus Modern. Well, McKiri, I think you probably will get your wish. I was actually thinking about playing Pioneer today. Not for the stream, but for a video. No, she doesn't approve of swearing. She's not big into the curse words, and then I think it's because sometimes she randomly watches like my videos and they're pretty family friendly, but then she's like, oh, there's Seth on this other channel, I should tune in. And then you got Vince talking about soggy biscuits and only wrists and and I think that it's just a little too much for her to handle. So what would you recommend, Mikiri, for what would you recommend for Pioneer? I think we want all the exile based removal. What would you recommend for Pioneer? If I was going to do a Pioneer League, let's say, what deck would you push me towards? Ugh. Alright, let's try it like that. Lotus Storm or Arcanus? Nymphdolight's definitely fun. Hey, welcome, Abe Sarath. Good to see ya. I'm glad you made it. Standard Rogues with Pioneer. I was actually wondering, like, I was actually thinking about that today, too. It's come up a lot. Great minds think alike. I was thinking, how far back could you go with Rogues? Because we just saw, like, we saw Rogues be good in Standard. Now we've seen people more or less playing the same deck, but in Historic. You get some slight upgrades, but it's really the Standard deck. Do you think it could work in Modern? Like, could you just take essentially the same Rogue deck and play it in Modern and have it be successful? What about, like, Legacy? What if you go back to Legacy? I bet it would work in Legacy. I bet if you took the Rogue package and added in, like, Force of Will, Brainstorm, Ponder, or whatever, I think that Legacy Rogues would actually probably be really good. That actually sounds like a deck that would be competitive. Vintage! I don't know about Vintage. Yeah, Legacy Rogues actually does sound like it could be good. Well, kill you. And I guess we'll just loot. Discard and discard. Well, that's sweet. That means if our opponent taps down for something here, we can just Magma Opus with our Mizzix Mastery. Expressive Iteration. Opponent gonna go digging. First two threats dealt with. Was illegal in Legacy when that wreck Rogues. It is legal, but it's not. I don't know. I played a Legacy League this morning, and I didn't play against once. So I think the metagame is diverse enough that, yeah, if you run into it, it would probably be bad. But your odds of running into it are not, like, super especially high. Opponent said, oops. Ether Gust. To the bottom. Pass the turn. Oh, they said oops because they took Ether Gust for some reason. I see. Shocks our face. Okay, it's Magma Opus time. Please no Phoenix. No Phoenix. No Phoenix. No Phoenix. No Phoenix. Alright, no Phoenix. That's fine. Bring it. Sprite Dragon hits us. Bad news for our opponent is Mizzix Mastery will target Magma Opus. Magma Opus will be cast. Hit ya. Tap ya. Kill it. Draw some cards. Find a land. Play the... Man, this is working. This is working. It's working. Oh, let me see thingam. I mean... Alright, opponent's got the bounce. Ooh, and Stormwing. Well, we can't answer it. The question is, how long do we wait? Yeah, I guess we gotta kill it. Unfortunately, kill it. Play. Oh no. Well, That was a punt. We could have played Galazeth and still done it. Strategic planning. No Phoenix is milled. Land untapped. Opponent passes. And Goldspan Dragon. Here it comes. Maybe dragons are just better than phoenixes. Hit ya. About it. Down to 9. Past the turn. I feel the end. I feel the end is near. I think we might be doing it. Opponent runs out of Brazen Borrower. Bant Vial. Ooh, that looks sweet. So I've seen Esper Vial. I haven't seen Bant Vial. But Esper Vial, which has a lot of similar stuff going on, is a oh no. Wow, are they gonna chain this all the way to the win? Has a lot of similar stuff going on. Alright, finds an Arclight. Opponent, combat, Arclight. How do they attack? Oh, they attack with both. Opponent will be dead. We take it down to 5. Prismari command to you. And make a treasure. Untap. 1, 2, 3, 4. Play the land. Hit ya. Treasure. Magma Opus to seal the deal. Oh, that was not bad. That was not bad. This deck is kind of sweet. I really enjoyed Enigmatic Fires. As it reminds me of the old Chord decks. However, if it's your standard EFU, I always suggest 4 color Bring to Light, control with Valky, and Jace Vryn's Prodigy. Alright, almost out of silver. We're doing it. We're getting there. Thank you for the recommendation, McCary, and also for all the donations. Siege Rido for the 3rd month. Love the stream. Was introduced to MTG Goldfish back in high school. It's been 4 years since. Always have loved your website and your budget series. Thank you, Siege Rido. I appreciate the kind words. Thank you. Galazeth is like a fair. It's definitely like a fair Urza. It's still a powerful card, but it's kind of like fair Urza, I would say. You don't get to spin it to win it, and it is somewhat impacted by summoning sickness if you make like creature tokens, but it's still a really powerful card. All right, one more, and then we will maybe be out of silver. And then we can talk about trying another deck. Hopefully we win this one. Did you see Lorehold make top 8? Ooh, wait. Lorehold made top 8 of what? Have you considered Storm the Vault? The flip land feels like you'd easily get a Tolarian Academy for your troubles. I think it could be worth considering. Hey, thank you, Bizina. Yeah, Mono Black Tokens was really fun. That's maybe my favorite budget deck that we've played in Strixhaven Standard so far. We got ranked down cloaking because of the season reset, and then we played Phoenix a million times. Oh, top 8 of the Strixhaven classes poll. Wait, aren't there only 5 schools? Is that like the the Wizards version of the infamous small Japanese tournament? Hey, McGarry, thanks for swinging by and talking and for the donations. Have a good work. Is it like top 8 out of 5 options? Well, I know Iara in the budget deck. I think Iara could be an interesting option. But oh please, no isn't mana. No isn't mana. One time. Let's play something different. But the big issue is it's a rare. And one of the things I've been trying, well, technically not, is it? One of the things I've been trying to do for standard budget Magics is to keep the rares down for Arena 2. Because that's one of the big pieces of feedback I've gotten, is if I post just a normal standard budget deck with a $100 budget, there's usually a lot of comments from people saying, well, this isn't actually budget on Arena. So I've been making a conscious effort to keep standard decks in specific cheap in paper and on Arena, which means just like limiting the total number of rares. Well, Paul's got a lot of colors going on. Oh, full on brainstorm combo. Let's make a treasure and loot while your opponent's tapped out. What is budget for Arena? That's something that we've talked about a lot, and I don't think we have come to a firm answer on. It really depends on the person. That's something that I've run into with with decks that I try to keep intentionally cheap for Arena. That some people see a deck that has 10 rares and no mythics, and they'll say, "Oh, that's not actually budget," which for them it probably isn't. At the same time, I guess that's also kind of a testament to just how absurd the cost of Arena is. If a deck that's like $40 or $30 in paper and has 0 mythics and 10 rares is not something that's accessible for players, that is kind of a sign that something is amiss, I think. So I've been trying to keep the Arena budget friendly decks. I've been trying to keep Arena budget decks to 15 or less rares or mythics altogether. That's been the goal. Some of them have been less. The cheaper the better, but that's kind of been the cutoff. Should paper even be a consideration? Well, it kind of works out that if your deck has like 10 or less rares in it, it pretty much is always cheap in paper anyway. so it just kind of like naturally works out that the decks that are cheap on Arena are also cheap in paper. Opponent Narset. Boo and hiss. Narset takes down. Well, we can kill the Narset, which is good. Well, control's back on the menu. Upping the rarity of Mystical Archives was a travesty. I know people don't like to hear it, but Arena is cheap free if you're willing to draft. So how do you interact with Arena Blood Gaze? That's something that I have heard other people say. Like, oh, if you draft, it's cheap. And I don't doubt that is true. At the same time, like how do you actually play Arena? Was it like, is it like, okay, so a new set comes out, you're like, all right, I'm gonna draft for a month, a couple months, and then after that I will try to get a constructed deck and play that for a month until the next set comes out? Or I mean, I also assume that would require you being relatively decent at drafting. Yeah, I would assume there's some skill requirement. Or I don't know, maybe can you do it even if you're like actively bad at limited? Huh. Okay. Sack the treasure. Take 2. Lightning Helix. Well, that is a smidge obnoxious. Tap land. Opponent passes. Well, Captain Lannery Storm. Go attacking. Get a treasure. Hit ya. Maze Mine's Tome. I guess we could have done that pre-combat. And got in 1 extra point of damage past the turn. I'm 100% free to play, and drafting is not sufficient to get enough cards. I mean, I guess the other thing is I also wonder if I could play Arena the way I play for free with any amount of drafting. I could definitely see how if you draft a bit and are wise with your spending, that you could get rogues or mono red or whatever. Like you could get a tier deck out of the deal. And then play that deck for a couple of months and try to get another tier deck and do that. But could you actually end up with like, you know, every historic deck using that technique or whatever, which is kind of, I know that my requirements are not everyone's requirements, and not everyone needs everything like I do, but I really do need a lot of cards for content purposes. Well, Goldspan Dragon. Do we have another counter? Discards Magma Opus. I'll hit ya. Opponent down to 20. Does this mean a Gear Hulk is impending? Opponent plays a land to Fairy Hero of Dominaria. I'm known for my excellent hiding. Wow, gonna tuck the Goldspan. Okay. I think we're okay with this. Because that puts Teferi down to 1. We untap. We get to discard Magma Opus. We get to Mizzix Mastery, Magma Opus. Ping you, hit you. Tap, tap. All right, that's a good turn. That's a very good turn. Teferi's out of here. Opponent takes some damage. We draw back into our dragon. We get a token. Your go, opponent. Oh, that was real good. Caleb D has been drafting Strix since its release. I bet he has a full collection. But, like, that's, what, 3 or 4 weeks of drafting? Probably, like, 8 hours a day? That's a commitment. MTGA Zone has every historic deck and has only spent $5 on the account. He does it through drafting and has an entire guide. Well, I will, let's, you know what? We'll look at it in a minute because I'm curious. I guess my feeling is I don't feel like it's impossible to do what people are saying. Like, oh, play limited and you build a collection. I don't think it's possible. The question is it practical? And I guess the other question is, are you enjoying it? Because I think when it comes down to it, like, if you're like, okay, I've heard people say this about Arena, where it's like, I've heard people say it about Arena, where it's like, okay, I have to hit my 10 wins for the day. So I'm going to play a deck that I don't like in a metagame that I'm not enjoying because I got to have that gold. I got to get those wins. So if you're not enjoying it, then it's kind of work. And then if you're working, quote unquote, for 8 hours a day, maybe you would be better off just spending the money and delivering pizza or something. Like, maybe you come out further ahead if you did it that way. It was where I could mindlessly play when waking up in the morning. Only need 4 wins? Is that... So, question. Is that why people play best of 1 so much? Like, do you get 2 wins if you play best of 3? Or does it end up being the same? Opponent, Teferi, going to untap. 1, 2, 3. Well, I better scry. We need to kill this Teferi. Definitely do not want Lava Coil. 1, 2, 3, or 5. Ooh. Could use a land. Untap. Scry. We're wasting this Maze Mind Stone like crazy. But Teferi cannot stay on the battle. Oh. Teferi can't stay on the battlefield. Alright, we found a land. Sulfur. Go to our main phase. Sulfur Falls. Goldspan Dragon. Go to combat. Attack Teferi. Get a treasure. Opponent makes a jump blocker. Wow, this game has been grindy. Opponent blocks. Well, Prismari command. 2 damage. Treasure. Kill the Teferi. Pass the turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We haven't got to draw a single card off this. We have been doing it the hard way. About it. Passes. Well, go to combat. Attack you. Hopefully they didn't top deck Torrential Gearhulk. That would be the worst. Best of 3 takes time usually. So wait, I actually missed the answer to the question. Do you get double wins for best of 3 so it equals out as far as daily rewards? Because I pretty much only play best of 3 for the most part. Although I might do more best of 1. Okay. So there's not really an advantage to one or the other as far as that's concerned. Play as Kanta. Well, puts it to the top. We will draw it. Replay it. Hey, thank you for the raid, rats. How are things today? Welcome, raiders. We are dragoning at the moment. Some treasure dragons in Historic. Are those pickles? Welcome, welcome, welcome. So, okay, like... so I guess the question is this: do you enjoy it? I guess that's the bottom line. Like, all right, opponent, Magma Opus, gonna kill our dragon. So I think that really is. I think that's the bottom line when it comes down to it. Like, if you're doing the free to play thing, are you having fun with it? Like, when you sit down to play, are you having a good time and enjoying it, or does it feel like work to you? If you're enjoying it, then that's awesome. Like, then the arena economy is like, it's like perfectly great for you. Oh, this is your list from the Stream League? Ah, awesome. Yeah, I wasn't sure. I saw the name on the deck, but I wasn't sure exactly where it was from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Well, we're gonna go for it. So hit you. Tap you, tap you. Cash in our treasures. Did they draw a counter? Well, apparently not. Steam vent's tapped. Hit ya. Oh, alright, no torrentials. No torrential Gearhulks, please. This is so close. So close. About it. Narthat. Ticks down. Like, opponent's really close to dead. There's a chance we could just win this turn. With Goldspan and Unsubstantiate backup. Opponent gets Magma Opus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Alright, that's a draw. That will keep our opponent alive for the time being. Just barely. Wow. Oh, you know they're going to find Torrential at some point. Oh, I hope we don't end up like 2 points of damage short of winning this game. Hey, what's up, Ketheril? How are you? Play golds, man. Oh, arena, really. Arena, arena, arena. Well, go to combat. Hit Narset. Attack our opponent. Yeah, it would have been nice to have that as Kanta untapped. Guess we should have known the auto tapper would do auto tappy things. Pass the turn. Who do I have to yell about the insane number of ads on the latest budget Magic from yesterday? I feel like I got one between every game of every match. YouTube, honestly, Tequila Worm. It's fixed now. YouTube, I feel like YouTube's a little sketchy, honestly. So here's the story. I don't know if I've told this story at stream before. So YouTube, maybe a year ago, they started this thing where they want to automatically add the ads to your video. So that is one thing that they did, which is fine. You just have to disable it and do it manually, because if you don't, then you get super wrecked. So, jeez, Teferi number 3. But then more recently, YouTube has not been doing a good job of saving settings, so you can actually do it correctly, but then YouTube will still revert the settings and put in a million ads. And then I don't notice that YouTube did that until someone mentions it in the comments. Then I go in and change it again. So yeah, that's basically the story with that. YouTube trying to squeeze out every bit of ad money possible. The funny thing is that I don't really understand. All right, fair enough. The funny thing that I don't really understand about it is, it seems like it's bad for YouTube overall. Man, we were so close to winning this game at various points, but yeah, it's super over now. We gave it a go. Oh, jeez, and that was only game 1, so we got to do this again. Ugh. Well, bring in some counters. As many as possible. Bring in the Fry. Go down many dead cards. Sweltering Sun, super dead. Lava Coil, super dead. Unsubstantiate. I don't know about Unsubstantiate in this deck. Unsubstantiate's a card that I've just never found success with. Kenton, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. But if we play best of 1, then it's pretty coin flippy. That's my criticism of best of 1. I would much rather play an hour-long match in best of 3 and feel like I played a close, interesting match than play some best of 1 games where it's like, it auto gave me this hand, and I lost the die roll, and I just had 0 chance of, playing Magic. I am somewhat interested in trying some more best of 1 just because I think you can do jankier things. I'm always amazed. Jojo! Welcome to the Fishbowl for the 4th month. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. I'm always amazed that when I watch some, just scroll around YouTube, you see some people that have some pretty crazy decks. I'm trying to think of the exact deck. Lannery Storm doesn't feel that bad. Yeah, maybe we just go down a Scorching Dragonfire. Alright, give it a go. But I always wonder with some of the stuff I see on YouTube, I see a crazy deck idea, and then I'm like, how are they winning a game with that? That sounds really cool, but how are they winning a game? And then a lot of times when I click on it, it ends up being that it's best of 1, and I don't know, it seems like a best of 1 especially if you stay at the lower ranks or play unranked, that eventually you will run into people that are just playing intro decks and stuff, and then you get a chance to to actually do the sweet crazy thing. So that's kind of like the slight appeal. Wow. Turn 1 Brainstorm, not even waiting to the end of turn. So that's kind of the slight appeal that I've had of Best of One, is maybe it'll allow you to pull off some crazier things, which would be cool. Well, tap line go. But maybe that's not actually how it works in practice. I'm completely free to play. I usually have fun because Magic is a great game. I usually have fun because Magic is a great game. I have a wife and kids, so I really have neither the time or the money to invest to try really hard. I mostly just bounce around Platinum and Best of One because I can't afford to use wild cards on sideboard cards. It's a little annoying to play the same 3 decks all the time, but I really enjoy when my homebrew pops off. Well, that sounds like a Bass Pyro. Like, I mean, that's the most important thing. Like, if you're having, we play Magic because it's fun. That's why you play games. So if you're having fun with it, that is great. Opponent brainstorms again. I wonder if this deck could use Brainstorm or Faithless Looting. Faithless Looting seems like it could be good. That's the one thing I've noticed, is I felt like in a lot of our games, I just want more like card draw or card filtering. Well, more of the card draw. I feel like we just constantly end up in a position where we have less cards in hand than our opponent, which ends up being a problem, and doubly so in matchups like this. Opponent appears to be blowing up a treasure. Prismari Command. I'm not super confident that we can beat this deck. Well, go attacking. Opponent. Down to 14. Pass the turn. Hey, what's up, Duretti? How are you? Good to see you, good to see ya. I put together a quick list of modern rogues off the conversation. Ooh, let me see, Arcane. I mean, we've played versions of rogues before, but we haven't really played standard rogues in modern. So we've played rogues in modern, but oh, I wish we had some interaction. Go to combat, attack. Missing lands, and we have drawn 0 counters. Awkward. Yeah, I guess we pass. Brainstorm 3. Yeah, the Modern Rogues list, I don't know about Ether Vial, but that looks sweet. Who got the Bitter Blossom? I forgot those are fairy rogues. And there's a Lightning Helix, sure. Standard Rogues versus Modern Jund. Jund might have a chance in that matchup. Narset. Oh, God. Yeah. A quick reminder, as we get Narsetted out of this game, that our sponsor today is Card Kingdom. And if you need some Magic cards, you can get them at cardkingdom.com. It's going well. Our matchups, on the other hand, have been pretty obnoxious, but otherwise, it's going fine. Yeah, now we're Narset Lock 2. We've somehow only drawn 3 lands. Maze Mind Tome doesn't do anything. Oh, yeah. I mean, it's just... this is a pretty helpless feeling that we just cannot do anything. If we do anything, we get punished. If we don't do anything, we get punished. I'm very tempted to concede. Alright, well, play a thing. Get him memory lapsed. Yeah. Well, that means we're not drawing a land next turn. Well, we will pass the turn. Have I ever played Oathbreaker? I played a little bit of Oathbreaker when it was first a thing and it was kind of hyped. Just to like check it out and see what it was like. It was fun. I think I'm not sure. Did it end up being super broken? I got the feeling that it was a format where if people actually were spiky about it, you could do some pretty pretty busted things with the setup. Oh my god. We really need to rank up and get out of silver. Huatli vehicles. Ooh. That Huat Wheels is a great deck name already. Oh, all right. Let's So what do we learn about this deck? And then we'll try one of our backup decks. I don't know if you want to try do you want to try the standard dragon deck with Dragon's Approach? Or do you want to try the Golgari Magecraft deck for historic? Those are two options. As far as the Treasure Dragon deck, we did not get a very diverse set of matchups. In general, I think the idea of the deck is pretty sweet. I wonder a couple of things. Not a big fan of Unsubstantiate. I feel like that could probably be something else. I wonder if Treasure Map is maybe a better Maze Mind's Tome in the deck, or at least worth considering. I felt like we ran out of cards too frequently. Floop, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big soup cheer for our new subscriber. We can do a poll. What's next? Golgari. Standard Dragons. All right, get your votes in while we're talking about this deck. So I think the idea of the deck is interesting. Well, it seems like everyone wants to see Golgari anyway. That seems like it'll probably be the winner. I figured out the poll, although it's still. I guess I figured out the issue is, it doesn't show up unless you refresh. Apparently, that was always my issue. You can even see it here, like on the Inception thing. But it doesn't pop up when I do it. So that's what kept getting me. I was like, I did a poll, but why can't I see it? And then apparently it's just a weird Twitch thing. And if you refresh, then it shows up. At least that has been my experience with it. So I think the Dragon idea is interesting. Maybe Dragon Treasure Map is worth considering. Unsubstantiate, I don't think is a playable card, or especially playable card. Budget, okay in budget decks maybe, but I don't really like Unsubstantiate. And I wonder if we can embrace the reanimation plan more. I felt like the lack of card draw was a little bit annoying. We have Magma Opus, we have Creative Outburst, we're discarding them pretty aggressively. I wonder if we could go more with Torrential Gearhulks or Mizzix Mastery. I mean, I think one of the straight up most powerful things you can do in the historic format, which should probably be more explored, is just straight up Magma Opus on turn 2, discard it for a treasure, Mizzix Mastery on turn 3. Like, that's a really good, strong start. So, since we're playing all these cards already for the treasure theme, I wonder if we could embrace the Spell Reanimator plan a little bit more. So yeah, but I think it's a cool idea. So what are we doing? What does the poll say? Where are we heading? Are we heading to standard, or are we Magecrafting? I still can't see the poll results. I will refresh and maybe they will appear. Golgari is winning. All right. So, this deck is kind of interesting. This deck is actually very interesting. I'm calling it Golgari Magecraft. This is kind of a Golgari Spellslinger aggro deck. So what is this deck trying to do? It's playing one of my new favorite cards, Sedgemorwitch, to make pests. Has Dragon's Guard Elite, a card that I haven't really seen see play yet, gets a counter whenever we Magecraft. We have Witherbloom Apprentice, which we're playing pretty fairly. We just have like Thoughtseizes and removal spells and Abundant Harvest, but it's just sitting out and draining our opponent as we're casting our spells. Lovestruck Beast, big and dispel when it makes a token. And that's essentially the plan of the deck. It's like green-black Spellslinger, essentially. I will say, just looking at this deck list, the thing that I probably want the most, just looking at it, maybe some Plum the Forbiddens, or maybe some Village Rites or something like that. I feel like those are really, really strong cards that we could potentially take advantage of. Tall Dude, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you so much for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. What is the plan for sweepers? Main plan is hopefully Thoughtseize them out of our opponent's hand. Also, I wonder if Castle Lockwain's worth it. We do have Sign in Blood for card draw, but I guess this is just trying to be very aggressive. But again, another deck that doesn't have much card advantage. I'm going to, at least for the time being, add Castle Lockwain. It's just such a free roll. Castle Lockwain is so good. It's so strong. I mean, I guess it's not a super free roll, but still, yes, we're gonna add Castle Lockwains because I love Castle Lockwain. All right, so let's give some Golgari spell slinging Magecraft a try. I saw this deck. I don't know if you saw it. Did you look at the Magic.gg decks that went up yesterday? This deck, oh man, it cracked me up. This is where we pull the Memer Dream decks from. Where is this? This deck. Oh, this deck. It hurt my soul when I saw it. So this deck, I was looking at it, I was like, wait, Fetid Imp. Why are they playing Fetid Imp? And then it's got like Nighthawk Scavenger, it's got Boot Nipper. I was like, maybe this is a Death Touch deck, but there's not really any Death Touch payoffs. And then as you go further down, it's like trying to maintain the battlefield and like keep opponents' creatures at bay with Death Touch so we can set up Peer into the Abyss Underworld Dreams combo without any real ramp. Like kind of a weird setup for that. But what got me, and I'm sure this is like, this mana base, I'm sure this is at least partly a budget thing, so no knock on whoever built this deck. But this mana base, okay, 14 Swamps, 2 Fabled Passage, which I don't really get. I don't know, I guess hashtag deck thinning, maybe it's a Crim deck, and then a whole bunch of temples. As soon as I saw this, I was like, why have you never heard of Castle Lockwain? Like, wouldn't this mana base just be so much better if you replaced all these off-color temples with Castle Lockwain that actually drew you cards rather than just scrying and comes into play adept? But yeah, Castle Lockwain is busted, and you should probably play more Castle Lockwain if you have the chance, because Castle Lockwain is insanely good. I really do like mono black tokens. It's super fun. Trying to decide between making that and mono white Magecraft. I have not tried mono white Magecraft. We played blue white Magecraft, and it's definitely very explosive. So there's things I really like about the Magecraft strategy too. I think just as far as how much fun oh no, is this Rogues again? Please, please, Magic Gods, please, 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 let us get out of Silver. We might have to play good decks at some point, just to all right, so opponent, well, can't Thoughtseize a Thoughtseizer. Yeah, with red mana, it's a Pyromancer deck almost for sure. Well, we have a lot of good things for our opponent to yoink and sack. Hey, hello from the US, Sketch. Good to see ya. So opponent Thoughtseizes the Thoughtseize. We will Pathway on green, and I guess Lovestruck Beast, Heart's Desire token. Go. Opponent. 69 card, 16 land, Solemn Simulacrum, no basics, no sideboard X stuck out to me as Memer Dream. Wait, was that in this week's dump? I did not notice that. Oh dear. Alright, well. Yeah, 2 Thoughtseizes are good. We could we could use a Thoughtseize being resolved. That would be spectacular. Well, tab land, go, hit ya. Opponent. Land. And Stitcher Supplier to mill cards. Nothing too good. Opponent passes. Land in Lovestruck Beast. Pass the turn. It does kind of feel like people make decks just for Meme or Dream. Or Wizards puts them in just to troll us. Some combination. Opponent hits a Croxa. We'll discard the land. Down to 17. Oh no, they have... It's a strong synergy. Opponent. Well, we get to cling to dust a Croxa as something. How do we always end up with the deck that does not have card advantage? There seems to be a running theme. Is like... Running theme is... Please, for the love of... Oh... That's 2 Croxas. That's going to be very difficult for us to beat. So we can exile a Croxa, but exiling a Croxa doesn't feel especially helpful. Well, I mean, we'll attack, I guess. Let you mill a bunch more cards. I think we are on the wrong side of the thought seizing on this one. Opponent untaps. Yeah, I mean, Mastery does exile. Still not super... Like, it's better than nothing, but it's not super good here. Our opponent's just going to keep filling the graveyard. I don't know why people do not play Land of the Void like a staple in this format. It kind of... Oh, we got to let our opponent draw a card to do it? Oh, my God. All right, well... Opponent, would you like a free card? I think opponent said yes. Go attacking. Down to 11. I don't know why people don't just always play Line of the Void in this format. It seems like 90% of the... Like, the control decks are trying to discard Magma Opus for Torrential Gear Hulk. The Rakdos-style decks are Faithless Looting Lurrus decks. The Phoenix decks are one of the best decks in the format. Very confused why that's just not an auto sideboard card. Grafdigger's Cage deals with more? Yeah. I mean, I don't know if it does in the current meta. Opponent gets an Arcanist. Yeah, they've managed to dredge essentially their entire deck. Spark Harvest, sacks a token, gets a token. Like, Goblins aren't really a part of the meta anymore. The Angels deck isn't really a part of the meta anymore. So I'm not actually sure that it matters at this point. Well, we will play Witherbloom Apprentice. We will drain you. We will choose land. Woodland Cemetery. No attacks. But there's an Arcanist. Oh, alright. Yeah. Well, that was not especially close. So I think it's... Well, Do we have any cards that are relevant? Ugh. Well, these are not Leyline of the Void or Grafdigger's Cage, but I guess they are sort of a little bit of almost Graveyard Hate. Questing Beast, maybe? Knight of the Eben Legion. It feels like that either dies or gets chumped forever. It's a strong card, but I don't know if it does anything relevant in this matchup. I mean, we have Thoughtseizes, and really, in general, you don't want to be the Thoughtseer in the Thoughtseize mirror for the most part, but I don't think we have an option to cut them here. Like, our opponent's Thoughtseizes are, like, way better than our Thoughtseizes. Dragon's Guard Elite relevant. I mean, we gotta win the game somehow. I feel like this is probably just not a super good matchup, but we'll see. I am kind of excited to cast Abundant Harvest because we haven't played much Abundant Harvest. I still am just not convinced it's a very good card. But this is our chance. Well, I guess we're signing in blood ourselves. But yeah, I think we got to keep Dragon's Guard Elite just to have some number of threats. Although, it's going to die. All of our threats are just going to get wrecked in this matchup, I think. Why'd you get the Inquisition and not the Thoughtseize? Well, there's an Arcanist that we can't deal with. Well, I guess we can if we Baleful Mastery and let our opponent draw a card. That's so brutal. So brutal. Well, play a land. Yeah, I mean, we can't let this Arcanist go off or we just lose, so... So I think with Arcanist has gotten like 20 times more powerful thanks to Strixhaven. So I feel like it's a card that was very strong, but fine pre-Strixhaven. It may be different now. It may be to the busted stage now that you have so many of the legacy spells in the format. We're just not doing much anything, are we? Well, I guess we can full price Baleful Mastery now. I guess we gotta pass and deal with this Arcanist. Oh, boot it. So it was banned in Legacy because you just had... It was so free-rolly. In the sense that Legacy decks are already just filled with Brainstorms, Ponders, one-mana spells. Lightning Bolt, Swords to Plowshares, etc., etc., etc. Like, that is the core of the format. So... It was very easy to just, like, slot Dreadhorde Arcanist into a random deck and have it be absurd. You didn't have to build around it at all. I think that was actually one of the justifications Wizards used during the banning article. Like, they actually just said that. In Historic, you kind of have to build around... We saw, like, originally... Oh, jeez, we saw originally, like, people were really having to build around... We're really having to build around Arcanist. You were having to play, like, feather decks and, like, do a lot of shenanigans. Now there's so many powerful one-mana spells that it does feel like maybe it's went a bit more on the Legacy side of things to me. Well, play Dragon's Guard Elite. Play Dragon's Guard Elite. Opponent. Play Abundant Harvest. Non-land. Well, oh, yeah. Well, I guess it got us. It's a card that has to be answered on turn 2. You can't answer it. It snowballs really hard, especially Delver decks, which are already full of one-mana threats protected the rest of the game. Yeah, that sounds about right. opponent thought seizes themselves to put a Kroxa in their graveyard. Flashes back Kroxa. Attacks with Arcanist. Gets a free Fatal Push. Okay. We draw more lands. There's a Feed the Swarm. There's a Claim. Well, that wasn't very close. So what do you think about what do you think the power level of the decks we've been playing on stream recently? I feel like the last few streams we've played a lot of like pretty fringe decks and did a lot of losing. Does that reduce your enjoyment of the stream, or can you still enjoy a stream even if there's a lot of losing? All right, we get to play first. Well, I mean, I guess this is a pretty reasonable hand. Yeah, Velomachus was good. Well, play a land. Knight of the Eben Legion, go. Opponent. Attuned with Ether. Well, play a land. Dragon's Guard Elite. Go attacking, getcha. You have to remember to fix the sideboard. Yeah, we can add some ley lines. Opponent Harness Lightning. Fair enough. Well, a Sign in Blood. Alright, we do find a land, thankfully. Inquisition. Oh, sweet mother. I'll take Brainstorm. Oh, that's Torrential Gearhulk and Magma Opus. That's going to be happening real soon. Real soon. I feel like Leyline is just insane in literally every, well, not every, but almost every matchup in this format. It seems like it is great in basically every single matchup. Well, Cling to Dust gives us a tiny bit of hope. So they can't do it this turn. So this turn they make a treasure. They can't torrential. Well, I guess in that case we play a witch. Go attacking. Hit ya. Oh, you got a Dragon's Approach list? Let me see, Tiki Man. Opponent down to 17. Ooh, Terror of Mount Velis. That is a sweet dragon to add to the mix. I like it, Tiki Man. Looks solid. Opponent. Aether Hub. Attune with Aether. Well, our hope is that this Cling to Dust can fizzle the reanimation. And maybe we can tempo our opponent out before they find a sweeper or something. Play a land. Dragon's Guard Elite. Go to combat. Attack you. Opponent takes it. Down to 13. Knight of the Eben Legion. Cling to Dust? Can Cling to Dust keep us in this game? Maybe. Pass the turn. There's the Magma Opus. Opponent. Well, we get to grow our dorks. So we get to fizzle the Magma Opus. Land. That's got to be their plan. Opponent passes. Upkeep. Torrential Gearhulk. Opponent targets Magma Opus. We will cling it. triggers. Oh, opponent scoops it up. Okay, that was good. That was good. That was real good. 68 cards, no sideboard singleton legendaries. Doesn't have any synergy. Looks like a good meme. Ooh, I have not seen that deck. All right. Well, this is a matchup where Duress seems reasonable. Duress in, I guess, Blood Chief's Thirst Out? Baleful Mastery. I mean, I think we just want to tempo them out of the game, essentially. Discard. Magecraft. Bring in a Scavenging Ooze. Questing Beast also seems reasonable. Questing Beast. What can we cut? Abundant Harvest? Lovestruck Beast? Alright. Try it like that. Do we know if they played Teferi? We don't. Alright, I will see if I can find it. Corneas. Opponent attune with Ether. Well, Pathway. Knight of the Even Legion. Go. You said it's a historic list? Alright, opponent has the Harness Lightning. Well, Overgrown Tomb, Sign in Blood. Well, there's a Thoughtseize. I think that Thoughtseize is probably one of our most important cards. Rogue Refiner. Oh, dear. Alright, so opponent's trying to play a real deck. I don't Thoughtseize you, I guess. I don't think we can Witch yet, unfortunately. Oh. This looks very different than what we just played against. Very, very, very different. Alright. Well, past the turn. Oh yeah, this is a whole different whole different animal about it. Gets in. It's us. Oh, I see. This is the deck you're talking about. Yeah. I don't think there's any way that deck even maybe kind of, it's not possible that it could have won a game. It's not, I don't think it's possible. It's not, how is it casting its spells? Colorless land. Biblioplexes with 3 spells. Buried Ruin, Archer, it has 3 Triomes. So it just literally cannot cast its spells unless it resolves Chromatic Ori. That is something that I don't even know what to say. About that one. Pretty confident that did not get 6 wins in a row. Hey, what's up, Paladin? How are you? Oh, we're trying to make some tokens. Opponent, Abundant Harvest. Abundant Harvest does work well with Brainstorm. One of the few ways to change the top card of your deck. Opponent passes. I'll play a land. Thoughtseize you. Did they find removal? Yes. Alright. Well, we make a token. We take Abundant Harvest. We are swiftly dying, though. Opponent attacks. Down to 6. That's not much life. Play a Knight of the Even Legion. Play a land. Thoughtseize our way down to 4. Oh, come on now. Wow. All right, opponent's top deck was a Harness Lightning. Take the Ugin. Well, we are going to need a... We're going to need a miracle. Going to need a miracle. Opponent goes to combat. Now we will chump. Huh. Apparently this deck cannot beat a Rogue Refiner. Today we learned. Not possible. Cling to Dust to draw a card. Untap. Sedgemoor Witch. Witherbloom Apprentice. Alright, we got some Magecraft stuff. What do you got, opponent? Untaps. This Brainstorm. That could be everything. Or anything. Uh-huh. Yeah. Get some new cards, plays a land, passes. Well, duress you. Opponent kept a land in hand. Well, we will pass the turn. Opponent presumably hit something good on the top of their deck. There's the Ether Hub. Opponent passes. We will cling to dust. Exile some cards. Get some triggers. Draw a cling to... We're all about these cling to dust. Abundant Harvest. Trigger. I mean, the deck feels kind of sweet at the moment. It's kind of working. Non-land. Scavenging Ooze. Go to combat. Hitchhike, maybe? The problem is... no torrentials? Alright, no torrential. Pass the turn. Discards 1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, opponent's giving up. Discards Magma Opus. Ah! God. Okay. Yeah. Well, Well, our deck did a good job of fighting through. Unfortunately, Ugin is really good at making everything else you do not matter. Yep. Yeah, I mean, there's no... Our deck doesn't have a chance to do anything from there. Oh. Ay. Well, fair enough. So apparently our opponent does have creatures. Questing Beast looking worse. I guess we go back up the Baleful Masteries, run it like that. That was an early concept. Let's start with Inquisition. Alright, opponent's got a handful of energy stuff and removal. Well, Tag Whirler Virtuoso, go. I mean, I don't think that is... There's no way that was an early scoop. You have a % chance to do... Wait, we have a % chance to do what, though? I'm so confused. I know... I'm sure I know there are times when... You could probably rightly say that I concede early. I do not understand how that is anywhere near a concede early. Opponent. Abundant Harvest. Land. Gets an Ether Hub. Opponent. Plays an Ether Hub. Well, Thoughtseize is our opponent. Take Chandra. Shock ourselves. Play a land. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess there's like, yeah, I mean, I guess Questing Beast is some percentage of an out. Opponent has an Abrade. Play land. Go to combat. Attack. Pump. Hit ya. Down to 13 past the turn. Hey, what's up, Cryptic? How are you? Good to see ya. Does anyone have a good Arclight Phoenix deck? You should check out MTGGoldfish.com. There are many Phoenix decks over on the site. Witherbloom Apprentice, Duress You, Drain You. Oh boy. Well. Okay, we gotta think about this. So opponent has 5 mana. Opus is 6 mana, so there's still 2 away from Ugin. And opponent, I guess, decides they would rather not play. I am the content manager for the site. Izzet looks nice since Mystical Archives. Yeah, Izzet, I think. I mean, the Mystical Archives that have. Well, maybe we're never gonna add. Maybe we're never gonna add ley lines to the sideboard. I think the Mystical Archives. It makes sense that Izzet has benefited the most because the 2 Mystical Archives that are most impactful are Brainstorm and Faithless Looting. And Izzet gets access to both of them, which is especially powerful. So I feel like that's why Izzet is has really risen since. I wish this deck could draw cards. I don't know if it has enough creatures for Village Rites or Plumb the Forbidden. But I do wish it had more card advantage. I wonder, boy, you know what would be interesting with this deck is, I wonder if this would be better off just trying to play some of the broken cards. Like, what if you splashed into blue for Brainstorm? Or what if you splashed into red for Faithless Looting? I wonder how much that would matter. Because the deck is fine at, like, trading a card for a card, somewhat. But yeah. What are you discarding to looting? Our bad cards. But then maybe if you're going to, like, if you got looting Pyromancer Arcanist, then maybe you're just, like, cutting out the cool cards. And, like, Witherbloom Apprentice is gone. And a lot of that stuff is gone. I gotta try at some point just all the... we gotta try at some point just all the 1-mana spells. Like, what are the most powerful spells in Historic? Brainstorm, Faithless Looting, Thoughtseize. Those 3 are probably number 1. I'm surprised there's not... I mean, I guess you could... Abundant Harvest does work well with Brainstorm. Maybe add that to the list. What happens if you just play all those together? What happens if you play? There's no Chalice to the Void or anything to punish you. What happens if you just jam all the busted 1-mana stuff together and figure out the rest later? Grixis should be a good deck. Yeah, you would think if you have like Faithless Looting, Brainstorm. Tap lands for days. If you have Faithless Looting, Brainstorm, Thoughtseize, Inquisition, it's kind of shocking that that isn't a real deck. How is that not a real deck? That's just reading off the list of cards. That's an insane list of cards. Thoughtseize isn't bad. Well, go to combat, attack. Opponent takes it. Yeah, we probably just gotta play the tap land and Thoughtseize. Thoughtseize you. Opponent. Alright, 2 counters. You know what? I think we're okay. We would rather have our opponent censor this than cycle the censor, so we're actually perfectly fine with this. Alright. Yeah. Well, censor down. Opponent out of action. Plays a land. How afraid do we need to be of Wraths? I feel like if this was Doomscar, our opponent would have cast it by now. Interesting. Is the deck... I can double check. Maybe it didn't get updated. Maybe I didn't update it. Huh. It'd be sweet to go off with this Dragon Scale Witch. You know what? Let's Sign in Blood. Alright, no lands there. Well, Abundant Harvest. Name land. Overgrown Tomb. Untapped. Go to combat, hit ya. Knight of the Eben Legion. Grow 'em. Pass the turn. Okay, that was reasonable. Oh, it was a Doomscar. Alright. Well, play and land. Dragon Scale Elite. Lovestruck Beast token. Grow the Dragon Scale Elite. Pass the turn. Can you beat a Dragon Scale Elite opponent? Opponent plays a land. Narset. Alright. That's annoying. Takes down. Please, nothing crazy. Alright, something crazy. Probably better known as Wrath of God. Inquisition. Probably better known as unable to hit Wrath of God. Well, kill Narset, hit ya. Ooh! That's unfortunate and a half. Oh, if it was a Thoughtseize, it would have been nice. Wow, opponent's not going to cast it. That is risky. Hey, what's up, dog? Good to see ya. It could have been the extra turn spell, right? The extra turn spell would also react similarly to Doomscar, I think. Well, yeah, let's do this. Cling, take, absorb. Cling, take, censor. Grow the dorks. Come on. 5 power, 10. Oh, it's still not lethal. Oh, there's the Thoughtseize, though. There's the Thoughtseize, though. That's what we were looking for. We have a new donation from Terry the Hunter, $5 donation. Thought I would ask, how does one send a viewer submission to Commander Clash? Ooh, well, Terry, thank you so much for the donation. I definitely appreciate it. So, for Commander Clash, normally when we do a viewer submitted week, which I think the next one's going to be like 2 episodes from now, normally when we do a viewer submitted week, we will put a post up asking specifically for submissions. All right, opponent absorbs. Opponent should have cast their Wrath where they had a chance. Thoughtseize, take it. Hit ya. Now opponent needs to top deck. Down to 9. Pass the turn, but if they top deck a Wrath. But you can also always just send a deck to anyone on the crew. Easiest way is the person's first name at mtggoldfish.com email-wise. So, like, all right, that should do it. Dodged a bullet with our opponent not wrathing. Yeah, so, like, Seth at mtggoldfish.com would go to me, Tomer at mtggoldfish.com, Krim, Richard. So, you can do that at any time, because everyone likes looking at deck lists. Well, Duress is definitely in. So opponent's playing control. Probably just go down Bloodchief's Thirst. Like, the discard feels great. I mean, the deck felt sweet there. That actually felt pretty good. Questing Beast might be fine, but is it better than our other options? And let's run it. Let's run it like that. We have a new donation from Jaguar. Just watched the last Commander Clash. Here's my contribution to the buy set that Abacus Fund. I need to get one. Thank you for your contribution, Jaguar. What do you think? We didn't get to talk about this. Well, Saffron Olive also works for emailing me. There's multiples that go to the same place. I don't know. I guess we can't keep this. So, what do you think about deals in Commander? That's something that came up on the last Commander Clash that I'm kind of curious about. How do you feel about deals if you're a Commander player? So, let's say you make a deal with someone. Are you bound by that no matter what? What if the situation changes? Does that impact your ability to stay to the deal? Ooh, let's heal away, eh? Wow. Seal away really lights things up. Witherbloom Apprentice, go. Opponent. Narset. Oh, and we can't kill it. Well, good thing our deck doesn't believe in drawing cards anyway. I strongly believe deals need to be held to firmly, regardless of what happens. So even if the situation changes, you're still sticking to the deal. All right, non-land. I don't Thoughtseize you. Take Doomscar. Hit Narset. Witherbloom Apprentice, going off to the best of its ability, past the turn. Opponent. What do they find? What do they find? Plays a land. Passes. Oh, please let us kill the Narset. Attack Narset. Kill Narset. Okay, good news. That's good news. Play the land, tap, pass the turn. Can we take down the control deck? Deals always feel like lawyering and trying to mislead people. It can get like that sometimes. Sometimes it can get a little bit sketchy. No one trusts you in the future if you back out of a deal. That is also most likely true. Opponent finds a Wrath. Now, let's cling. Get rid of the sensor. Narset. Hit Narset. Castle Lockwain. Pass the turn. Opponent plays a land. Well, spend a bunch of life to draw a card. Duress you. Opponent absorbs. Go to combat. Attack Narset. Narset dies. Thank goodness. Sign in blood. Draw some cards. Drain you. Tap land. Okay, so Witherbloom Apprentice is kind of going off. It's actually doing well. Hey, Seth, having a lot of fun with Standard Reanimator, trying to get back Bellatrix Witherbloom early. Have you tried anything like that yourself? I have not tried. I don't think I've tried Reanimator in Standard since Strixhaven came out. Has it went pretty well? It does sound sweet. Like, the idea is definitely sweet. Well, but as the turn, is this a Doomscar? Land. Behold the multiverse. Opponent goes digging. 2 to the bottom. Okay, that's the direction we would like to see. And ooh, Shark Typhoon. That's a Shark Typhoon, isn't it? That is absolutely frightening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'll go to combat. Attack you. Pump. Pump. Hit ya. Down to 5. Pass the turn. Grow it. About it. It's not over yet. We're still going. Sure. Okay. Seal away. Gets the 1/1. Questionable choice. Passes. Well, Heart's Desire is your last card to counter. Land on black. Opponent says nice. We go to combat. Opponent's got to do some chumping. Attack, attack. Makes a token to stay alive temporarily. Blocks. Blocks. Well, we will draw a card. Oh, even more lands. Pass the turn. Opponent taps. Come on. Come on. Plays a land. What do they have? Death? Oh, good game. It's working. It's working. We're slinging our way through. Are we finally out of this silly okay, thank goodness. Out of there. Out of there. Out of there. Out of there. Hey, what's up, Yarion? Yeah, I mean, it does do some cool things. All right, now we're good. We're out of silver. Silver, I think, is the hardest rank on all of Arena by far. That's a yeah. Now we're super good. Now that we're at gold, literally golden. This deck is pretty fun. Like, it plays in a pretty unique way for its colors. Yeah. All right. This hand's golden. I don't know why we got knocked down so far this time. Typically the when a new season starts, it drops down to gold. This season we must have. Oh no! Oh dear! Oh dear! Oh dear! This season we dropped down further than usual. I'll play this on green. Witherbloom Apprentice. It's going to be interesting. Pass the turn. Okay. Oh, now you drop 2 ranks? Is that more than it used to be? Because usually we go to Platinum or Diamond. Occasionally Mythic. Alright, opponent. Yeah. That's a good elf. Well, Landon Sedgemoor, which I guess we're just going to keep playing these things and hope not to die. Yeah, elves, if you have a bunch of removal, their deck doesn't do much, but our deck does not. So it's going to go well for our opponent. Maybe Deeproot Champion could be good in this deck. Yeah, we have the new one, Dragon's Guard Elite or whatever. Oh yeah, this is... This is what Elves does when you don't have removal. Pretty impressive. Castle Lochwain. Well, Abundant Harvest. Make that token. Non-land. Abundant Harvest. Make a token. Non-land. Not very good. Yeah. Alright, well. Is there removal in the sideboard? Yeah, Elves, I mean, unimpeded, Elves is a pretty absurd deck. Unfortunately, our deck does not have sweepers or the ability to impede them. This is gonna be bad. Oh boy, this is gonna be bad. I think our deck probably has a very close to 0% shot at beating our opponent's deck. It's close. I mean, there's no matchup that's really 0 to 100, but yeah, I mean, Innocent Blood's not good, but what else do we have? It can be good on turn 2. Questing Beast, I don't think is good enough. Our opponent goes so wide that I don't think Questing Beast really does anything. I think Innocent Blood is fine if we can cast it right away. Innocent Blood is bad if we have to cast it after our opponent gets going. It's not a handful of cards we can't beat. That's bad. That's bad for us. Also pretty bad. I guess Skemfar Avenger and Allosaur Shepherd are the least scary. So if we take this, they play this, we kill it, then the next turn we... Ugh. Alright, yeah. Pass the turn. Well, we can get Archdruid next turn. So this turn we can Innocent Blood, get rid of Allosaurus Shepherd, play the tap land. Next turn we can Thoughtseize the Archdruid. That is the card that is most problematic, but Skemfar Avenger. Yeah, alright. Take the Archdruid. Oh, they drew another clan color anyway. Opponent. Lots of card draw in hand. Plays a land. Plays the Lord. Hits us for 4. Down to 14. We draw more tap lands. Witherbloom Apprentice, go. I mean, so we got rid of it. Calling Ritual to the sideboard, maybe. I don't know about Calling Ritual. I've actually been surprised that people have been playing it. I don't know if CMC2 or... If CMC2 or greater is actually... Or 2 or less is enough. Maybe it would be against Elves. They do have a lot of 2-mana stuff. It wouldn't get rid of Archdruid. I would think... so we have Crux now, which would be good. We have... So we have Crux of Fate. 5 mana is kind of a lot. We have Extinction Event. We have Languish. I'm sure we'll get Damnation before long. Damnation seems like oh, did they draw Coco too? Oh my god. Well, I mean, we're losing this anyway, so if they drew Coco, then we're just losing in even more brutal a fashion. No Coco yet. Woo! Go Elves! Oh, thank you for the cheer, Coral. Tomer recently tweeted that fast mana is a real threat to Commander. Can see his point with stuff like... Yeah, I mean... We'll do what we can do. Our opponent even gets to just draw cards off this Skemfar Avenger. This is just... This is a blowout. A blowout and a half. Well... Kill some stuff, see if we can remain in the land of the living for a minute longer. CNY Demis, welcome to the Fishbowl. Thank you for your subscription. Big super cheer for you. Thank you. Tomer recently tweeted that fast mana is a real threat to Commander. I can see his point with stuff like Jewel Lotus, but he bought up cards like Culling Ritual and Jeska's Will as well. While strong, I don't really consider them fast mana. Thoughts? Culling Ritual I don't consider fast mana. I mean, Jeska's Will I think is a ritual. That's how I viewed Jeska's Will. Whether... I mean, I guess, I don't know. It's different than the traditional fast mana of Commander, that's for sure. Like, a lot of times the fast mana of Commander is repeatable stuff like Soul Ring. At the same time, I guess in other formats, like, I consider a ritual fast mana. So I guess... Jeska's Will, I can see a debate about. I think it could go. Yeah, we're just super dead. Well, I mean, Witherbloom Apprentice tried its hardest. 1, 2, 3, but they get to Allosaurus Shepherd. Yeah, everything becomes massive. I mean, Jeska's Will is a busted card. It is very, 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 very strong. Probably even stronger than it's been giving credit for. Whether or not it's fast mana, I would say it's technically fast mana, but I don't know if I consider Jeska's Will to be problematic. There's other similar cards that have been in Commander for a while that are just as broken. Not playing Plumb the Forbidden is a mistake in this deck. I mean, it's definitely good with Witch. We're looking at it, and I think the reason that it doesn't have it is the deck's just pretty light on... Oh, no. The deck's just pretty light on creatures. So I feel like unless we have Witch, it's going to be a little tricky, because we just don't have much to sacrifice. So I feel like I love Plumb the Forbidden and Village Rites. I think those cards are incredibly powerful. But I'm actually not 100% sure how they would work in this deck. Opponent. So, oh no. Rogues? Okay. Not Rogues. Instead, Arcanist. Cruxa. Well, we'll discard a land. We will play Overgrown Tomb untapped. Play Dragon's Guard Elite. Hit ya. Ooh, opponent. What do you got? What do you got? This deck is pretty good, our opponent's deck. Plum is insane. Plum is just a great... Oh, no. Yeah. Well... Play a land. Name non-land. Play Abundant Harvest. Non-land. Thank goodness. All right. It took a lot of luck, but we managed to kill it before it kills us, opponent. Probably getting back Croxa. Whew. On the topic of commander options, do you think there's been a fundamental shift in the attitudes about the format as it's become more commonly played at LGSs and less of a for fun format with friends? Feels like Rule Zero is dead in a ditch. I mean, I think that has been a huge change in Commander. Showing up at tournaments, also just the huge focus from Wizards. I think those are the two biggest changes. So yeah, I think that certainly has had an impact. How did Treasure Dragons go? It was reasonable. Opponent reanimates. Well, we'll discard Witherbloom Apprentice. Why did they go that way? Oh, did they not have enough cards? Alright, gets Aluris. Five, 6, 7, 8, 9. Ugh. Wow, so close to lethal, but not quite there. Actually, you know what? Let's just 10 them. 10 you down to 1. And then in theory, if they get back Croxa, we Sign in Blood our opponent for lethal. Get the Sign in Blood burn spell win. I guess hasting in Luris to gain life would keep our opponent alive. I think Magic YouTubing personalities have had an impact on people's attitudes towards cards and archetype. Yeah, that is probably true too. All right, there's the Croxa. We will discard Witherbloom Apprentice. Yes, I am sure, Arena. We are sure. Got the Golgari bird win. So good. So good. Oh, I mean, I think Plum is insane. I think Plum might be... could it be the best card from Strixhaven? I think it's on the short list of the best cards in Strixhaven. It is that good. It is that insane. Plum is great. At the same time, I'm just not sure, like, if you look at this deck in specific, if we got Witch going, it's obviously great. Otherwise, we don't really want to sack Witherbloom. We don't really want to sack Knight. We don't really want to sack Dragon's Guard Elite. Those are all creatures that want to be sitting on the battlefield. The Lovestruck token is, like, reasonable. But yeah, so I feel like, even though I love Plum and think it is an absolutely absurd card and very, very good, I just don't know if it's very good in this deck in specific. I made you love Tron? Did I make you love Tron by making fun of Tron? Plum the Forbidden. It is the 2-mana Magecraft card that lets you... Ooh, risky keep. That lets you sacrifice any number of cards. Oh, this is even worse. Alright, well, we got a ley line. Bottom. Ley line. Go. Alright, opponent. Have fun with your graveyard shenanigans. We have upgraded our sideboard. Land. Lovestruck Beast token. Go. Oh yeah, Plum is great. I mean, I think that that Plum is probably like modern playable. Definitely going to be a card that's going to command. I mean, it's 2 mana sack your entire board, which is already something that is pretty appealing for a lot of decks. Like, if you're trying to be an aristocrat deck, 2 mana sack everything, that by itself is great. Plus, you have control over it, so you don't have to sack everything. It's just, and it's card draw. It's insane card draw. It's good in so many ways. We will definitely be doing more plumbing. We have already done a decent amount in standard, but there is more plumbing coming for sure. Opponent gets a sad Luris. Well, play the land on black. Lovestruck Beast. Hit ya. Look at our opponent doing nothing because we played a lane line. I think our lane line theory has has paid off. Our opponent's just not doing anything. Absolutely nothing. They got nothing going on. Okay, fatal pushes. They killed a thing, sure. Now if they want to play all their graveyard stuff, we're down with that. Like, run out your Luris. We will accept it. There it is. Well, Sedgemoor Witch. Pass the turn. Opponent. Opponent is Rakdos Arcanus. Rakdos Pyromancer. I mean, I guess there's a chance we just lose to Luris beating us down. About it. Faithless Looting. Does a little drawing, does a little discarding. Yeah. Land. Oh, they might have. Alright, runs out an Arcanist. Sure. Passes. Well, Abundant Harvest. Non-land, for sure. Well, Knight's fine. Pass the turn. No attacks. Been busy today. How has Abundant Harvest been for you, Seth? It's been good for. Has it been good? As good as it has for me. I mean, I think it's definitely good in a deck that like this that cares about spells. I think it's been solid. Haven't really tried it in the like just playing it randomly mode yet. But in this deck, it's been good. I'll play the land. Go attacking. Opponent blocks, we will pump. Arcana is purely just a chump blocker here by the looks. Okay. Sacks it to draw cards. A little bit better than a chump blocker. Well, your go, opponent. I still think that splashing for Brainstorm could be worth it with this deck. I'm loving this ley line. Opponent. Stitcher's Supplier, sure. Mills 3 into exile. Cracks it. Draws some cards. Why isn't Bolt legal? That is a good question. I have asked that myself many times. I don't know why they don't give it a shot. Modern 1K at my LGS suit. Ooh, paper Magic making a return locally. That's exciting. Nahiri Boom or Mardu Stoneblade. Ooh. Nahiri Boom if you want to troll and annoy people. Stoneblade if your goal is to win, I would say. Alright, opponent hit a bunch of removal. Gets a land. Passes. Well, play another witch. Oh, yeah, card draw spells. Brainstorm would be so good in this deck. Opponent, Faithless Looting. A little bit of card disadvantage. Discards. Goes attacking. Well, I mean, we will attempt to kill it. Alright, Noxious grasps the token. Well, Dragon's Guard elite. Heart's Desire. Hitcha. Leyline. I think the biggest lesson from today is play more Leylines in Historic, because Leyline is really good. An opponent, Leyline. That was a Leyline win. Like, sure, we had to attack, we had to do things, but that was, we played a Leyline. Our opponent could not stop a Leyline, and it just shut down their deck. I really, truly believe that Leyline deserves much more play in the Historic format. So keep that in mind. I mean, just look at the decks that are, performing well. Let's do this real quick. Let's look at the most recent big Historic tournament, because I think that most of those decks are going to be getting got by it. Like, this is the top 8 of the 5K whatever championship qualifier. Food. Yep. Cauldron Familiar. Pretty good there. Shutting down Woe Strider shenanigans. Jeskai Control. It is Torrential Gear Hulking. Mizzix Mastering. Jun Company. Another Sacrifice Bake deck, shutting down Dreadlord Butcher. Dimir Rogues. I guess Dimir Rogues is a matchup where it's not as important, but it does hit on Luris at least, and shuts down the recursive late game plan. Although, honestly, I'd probably not bring it in against Rogues. Auras isn't great. Dimir Combo is interesting. I don't know how you fight this deck, because there's so many one-ofs. Like, I'm sure it has some graveyard synergies in there. I don't know if it's worth it. Sit it out, another sacrifice-based deck. So I feel like it hits on enough of the meta that is definitely worth keeping in mind and playing. Is another Hogek Summer, is this another Hogek Summer where everyone needs main deck Leyline? I don't know if I would go to main deck Leyline yet, but I do think it is a card that you want in your sideboard at a minimum. Ooh, we got a pack. Does it have a real card in it? Come on, mythics that we're missing. So I think that pretty much brings us to the end of the stream for today. So we didn't get to the Izzet Approach deck. However, we talked about this on Memer Dream. If you would like to submit a deck with Dragon's Approach in Magda, we are still going to get to it. That is still on our to-do list, that we will be doing some more Dragon's Approaching with viewer-submitted decks. So this is one that I've already got, but send in more if you'd like to. The challenge was Dragon's Approaches, Magda's, improve the Memer Dream deck, essentially, was the idea. So otherwise, we'll get to that in the future. Golgari Magecraft, it actually felt pretty good. I still felt like I would like a little more card draw, but maybe I just always feel like that. But the synergies were strong. Sedgemoor Witch is good. Leyline, Sneaky All-Star in the sideboard. The Dragons deck also felt sweet. I'm curious to try a little bit more of the Reanimator plan with more Mizzix Mastery. But the deck's got good dragons. Galazeth does some really powerful things. The big spells are really sweet when you're casting them. So I think that deck was pretty sweet as well. Hey, what's up, Watchtower? You made it. You made it right at the end. So will it be on here or YouTube? Actually, not 100% sure if we'll just play it on the stream or if we'll play it on YouTube. As far as the upgraded Dragon's Approach decks. Probably a stream, I would say, is the most likely. But on that note, everyone, next stream, Witchcraft deck is in the comments. On that note, next stream is Thursday evening, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. In the meantime, check out the replay YouTube. That's where you'd find all the old streams. Normal YouTube, we are codying for Budget Magic tomorrow. Also had a sweet plummy mono black token deck for Budget Magic yesterday. And a reminder that our sponsor tonight is Card Kingdom. And if you need some magical cards, you can get them at cardkingdom.com. Even get a free sticker. Let them know you want one. They'll give you a scoop sticker with a beard. It's pretty cool. So thank you to Card Kingdom for supporting the show. Most importantly, thank you to all of you. Like, seriously, y'all are amazing and awesome, and I appreciate all of you so very much. So thanks for hanging out, having some fun this afternoon. Have a amazing Wednesday evening. Have a great Wednesday. Tuesday evening, I guess it is. I can't even remember the days. But have a great Tuesday evening. Have a great Wednesday. We are going to raid someone. We'll be back on Thursday with some more fun. So until then, everyone, have an amazing night. Thank you so much for being awesome. And yeah, we will talk to you soon.